don't need no clothes. High fashion, like Goya.
This is a TG takeover.
Hello, and thank you to everyone tuning in. Welcome to our Pink Table Talk, hosted by the Theta Gamma chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. My name is Tamaya Newborn, and I'm a junior computer information systems major with a minor in business information management.
Hi, my name is Tatiana Baker. I am a criminal justice major and a social work minor.
And joining us today, we have two students from Allen University from the MU chapter of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. If you guys would like to go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm India Cheney. I'm a social science major with a concentration in criminal justice. I'm a senior at Allen University, and I'm the chapter president of MU chapter.
Hey everyone, my name is Takesha Darby, and I'm a senior social science major with a concentration in criminal justice as well, and I am the vice president of MU chapter.
Cool. As mentioned, we attend UNC in Columbia, which is a PWI. You ladies attend Allen University, which is known for being an HBCU. So let's just get right into it. We are discussing both of your personal experiences while attending an HBCU. So let me start asking you some questions. So did you tour your school before applying, and how did it feel to be on the campus?
I did not tour Allen University before I applied. I just simply Googled HBCUs in South Carolina. I had the two options. It was either Morris College or it was Allen University. And I have a younger sister that's also a part of MU chapter that was there before me. She went to Allen, and she just basically gave me the ropes of how the school went, how was campus life, and I applied, and that's pretty much how Allen came about.
Okay.
What about you, Takesha? Did you?
Yes, I did. I originally didn't go to Allen. I'm actually a transfer to Allen. I was at a different university, which was a PWI actually. And then I ended up transferring just to be closer to home. So I ended up going there with my mom and my aunt and my little sister to apply just in person. And then they ended up giving me like a short little tour, like not the whole thing, but just a little tour of campus after I applied and got accepted, which was basically like in the same day. So yeah, that was good. But yeah, I did tour the school before I.
Well, do you recommend that high school students tour before they try to go to a HBCU?
Yes, most definitely. We do have tours on our campus now, like it's scheduled tours that high school students do come and tour the school. So I do recommend you tour any school before you come, just so you can see how campus life is for that short period of time.
Yeah, I would recommend that high school students tour a couple colleges that they're deciding between going to as well, because if you're from a small town, you want to see if the school is like big. If you're from a big town, you want to see if the school is like small. So I feel like in order for you to get a feel of the campus and really know what you're about to move on to, because your university or your college is supposed to be your home away from home for those 4 years. So I feel like you should tour so you can get familiar and get comfortable with where you're about to be. And that helps make decisions as well between which college you want to attend.
Most definitely. Just to get a feel for your community, how is it like being on your campus? How is the community?
It's small, it's quiet, like everyone knows each other. Pretty much, like I know people by name there, so even down to the faculty and the staff. So it's just like a small campus. Allen is small. It's not like you know how Benedict is bigger? Like Allen is so small, like.
Yeah. Yeah, Allen is. Oh, sorry.
Do you know around how many students are at Allen?
I want to say maybe like 600 or 700, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Maybe. Yeah.
It might be less than that now.
Yeah, with everything going on and a lot of the students being enrolled online, as far as how many stay on campus, is probably way less than that, probably less than half of that. Yeah, Allen's small, like she said. It's just like a couple blocks, the whole campus, maybe 3 blocks in total if you count everything. So yeah, it is really small, but at the same time, you get to know everyone. It's easy to get involved on campus. It's easy to like solicit votes for yourself if you're running for something on campus or stuff like that. It's just like a little close community, a neighborhood, basically.
So from when you toured Allen and now how you've been going to Allen for a few years now, was it everything that you expected educationally and socially?
I'll let you answer that first, Keisha.
I feel like from some of the stories that I've heard about Allen, you know, since going there and applying with my family and then like letting it be known that I was about to go to Allen University, some of the feedback that I've gotten from some of my peers, I felt like, in it being, you know, in Columbia and in the area that it's in, I pretty much had like an idea of how the experience was going to be. So it's pretty much fit those expectations. Like I knew it was, you know, at HBCU and like our income coming from like the AME churches and everything. So I kind of like had an idea, but at the same time, there are some things that I expected to be a little bit better. And yeah, it's been okay. It's been all right.
Yeah, I mean, I came from a bigger HBCU in North Carolina, so when I came to Allen, like I expected it to be the same, but I got a different it changed my mindset because Allen was small. Like, I came from a big school to a small school, so I expected more from Allen, knowing that it was little. Maybe it had more, like, I don't know. I just expected something very different from coming to Allen. But I did expect to have smaller class sizes than before because I was used to having big classes. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay, that'd be better for me because I am a type of person to learn like with smaller groups. So I did expect that. But like social wise, like I think I had something different in mind, and yeah, it didn't work out like that.
Do you both prefer the smaller classroom settings?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, I definitely do. I like being able for the professor to be able to call everyone in class by name by like the second or third class. And then it's just easy to like know people on campus and you can remember everyone that's in your class. I remember looking on the Allen website and I think at the time the ratio was like 13 students to one professor in one class. So at the time, that was a few years back. So it might be a little bit higher now. So when I seen that, that was kind of like okay to me because at the other university that I was at, it was kind of like I knew no classes would ever be that small. So it was definitely gave me an opportunity to like learn everything that I needed to learn, get some one-on-one assistance, have plenty of opportunity to get office hours with my professor if needed, like all types of things. So that I won't really have to struggle with. So it has been good. Like it has been a little different, but at the same time, it's been good. It definitely has its perks from being smaller.
Okay, that's good.
Well, that sounds great. I mean, just the way y'all talk about how close-knit and small your community is it easy to make connections, and have you made a lot being there on an HBCU campus?
I made a lot of new friends. That's with the professors, faculty, staff, and students. Like I ran 4 offices before in the past, so I had no choice but to like get to know students on campus. So, and I'm an outgoing person, so I'm going to talk to you regardless. So that's just me.
Right. On my first year at Allen, you know, being a transfer, I knew that I was coming to Allen and I knew that were a lot of things that I wanted to do at the university that I was at previously. I didn't really get involved. I just wasn't really comfortable. It was just like a little bit too big for me and a little bit too far from home. That's why I did transfer to Allen to be a little bit closer to home. Yeah, I'm a homebody. But anyway, yeah, my first semester, like my first year, I definitely got joined a lot of groups and organizations. I became an RA. I knew that becoming a part of Alpha Kappa Alpha was something that I wanted to do. So of course, I was just getting out there in the community on campus, getting different roles and positions, student leader positions. And it was basically easy because, like I said, it's just easy to know who's in your class, to learn names, to learn faces. So it's easy to get votes and just to get out there, go to different events that's on campus, because, you know, it's not really a lot that goes on like outside of the events that they put out for us to go to on campus. So when people go out there, you can just be out there. There's a lot of time to just promote yourself on stage after events. So it's just like a nice feeling and a nice opportunity. It just feels really homey. So that's why I like Allen.
So it seems like you guys are involved in a lot of different orgs. What are some of the orgs that you guys are involved in, and what are some of the major orgs that you guys have on campus that a lot of people do get involved in?
Well, I'm a senior, so I stopped like doing organizations after a while, but I was a part of Phi Beta Lambda. I was a resident assistant, a director assistant. I did work study. Of course, I joined Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, and I was Miss Homecoming last year. Yeah, that's pretty about it.
That's cool.
Great.
Yeah, well, same, of course. I'm a part of Alpha Kappa Alpha. I cheered for 3 years at Allen, so I was a cheerleader. Student Government Association, a lot of students get involved with that because it's a lot of different positions. You know, you have campus queens, you have a queen for each classification, then you have officers for each classification. So a lot of students get involved with doing that. I was junior class president, and we have a student activities board. I was the secretary for that. I was a residential assistant as well. And it's just, what else did I do? Oh, I was on the Judiciary Committee, the Academic Affairs Committee. It was just a lot of committees and a lot of different organizations. So pretty much it's a space for everyone at Allen. And even though it is a small school, they do make you feel just appreciated and that you just fit right in, because it's just something for everyone to do. Even if you feel like it's nothing for you to do, it's still like a title for you to have out there. They're all about resume building. So yeah, it's definitely a lot of opportunities, even though it's such a small campus.
Okay, with that being said, would you recommend that high schoolers get involved in these orgs as a crucial part of just being a part of the community?
Yes, most definitely. Like, they always used to tell us, get involved as much as you can. Like, get involved, like, have something to do, have something to put on your resume. Like, all these activities, all these positions I held, like, I can put that on my resume as experience. Or like, if I want to build my own organization, like, I have the tools to do that. So yes, get involved as much as you can.
Yeah, with Allen being in the Waverly community, they also have a lot of opportunities just around Allen University for students to get involved in all types of community services out there, because there are a lot of shelters and like parks around Allen and in the community. So it's just a lot to do, and it's a lot of ways to donate and just get involved and help around the community. So these organizations, they do collaborations with other organizations outside of like colleges. So it's just definitely a good spot to be in. So yeah, I definitely think the organizations help people get involved in the community, and it's a good step towards building a resume.
Yeah, and we have like an elementary school like right in the middle of our campus. So
yeah, and Ronald McDonald House is right down the road. Like, it's all types of, it's just right there in walking distance. So yeah.
That's great.
That is great. From a high schooler's perspective, would you say it's easier to get involved in these organizations, or is there something extra they need to be involved or to start getting involved in these organizations?
I would say it would be a little harder just because the school is smaller, so they're going to already know you. So like, you have to bring that extra, like the extra kick just to like make yourself different from other students. You have to have that extra kick to make yourself different from other students just because the school is small. So
Yeah, a lot of people, sometimes you're going to have a lot of competition running from the same position. So you definitely have to put something out there that's going to make yourself like stand out and be a little bit different. And then you're already going to have like a lot of people come to college with a group of friends or with a couple of people that they already know. So you're already going to have that little support system or that little, those people on your team. But at the same time, with a lot of people running, you're still going to need something to just differentiate you from everyone else.
Yeah.
So it seems like you both have experience being an RA. So what are dorms like at Allen University and just on-campus living?
Mm-hmm.
Dorms are, well, we have like the standard suite style dorms. That's like what majority of the dorms are like, because we have 2 twin buildings that are co-ed dorms. No, not co-ed, I'm sorry. They used to be co-ed at one point for a little while, but yeah, they're not co-ed anymore. So it's 2 twin buildings. It's a female dormitory and a male dormitory right beside each other. And those are all suite style. It's 4 people in one room, like all together, the whole suite. 2 people in one side, 2 people in the other side, and they're basically sharing one bathroom. So it's 4 people in a room and 2 people on each side. And the rooms are small, I feel like, compared to most HBCUs. It's kind of standard and along the same, but a lot of HBCUs have different dormitories where you can have single rooms by yourself and then having a single bathroom. But with Allen, you don't really have that option. You just have those suite style rooms for the most part. And we have a couple of other dorms on campus, but there's like 1 or 2 buildings that have been going through renovations for a long time. And then we have another dorm that's kind of like,
it's like your own room, I guess.
Yeah, it's like your own room, but it's kind of could use renovations
style.
Too. Yeah. And then they just recently got that contract with the Rowan. Yeah, I don't know, did it start as the Southern when they first did it or whatever, but it's the Rowan, down on Bluff Road. They have a contract to let students live over there because campus is just a little bit too small and they want more students to come to Allen, but we don't have more room for more dorms. So they have a contract with that apartment complex for students to go there. So mostly upperclassmen and students who are like on top of their grades and stuff go and stay in the apartment complex.
Great.
Yeah.
How would you describe the dining halls? Is there many options to choose from?
Oh no, like our dining hall is basic elementary style to me. But
we do have more options now.
Yeah, now it's different.
Yeah, we have like takeout options. Like all before we didn't have takeout options, but now we have takeout options for like breakfast and lunch. For some parts of breakfast and some parts of lunch, I think you have to have it specifically in the CAF with no takeout. But now we have takeout options to where you could do like a little stop and go and get like a full meal with like a drink included or something like that. So it's kind of different now and it's a little bit better. But limited quantity in the CAF because of everything going on right now. But before we didn't have many options, probably like maximum 3 stations in the CAF, and that's it.
Yeah. Pizza, the regular food, and then like stir fried and like fries, hamburgers, hot dogs. Yeah.
Like fast food,
Well, it's good they're coming up with new different ways and all this new options you have, but hopefully y'all get a lot more. But I want to talk a little bit more about campus besides education. What are some favorite things that you like to do on campus?
I think the coolest thing to do on campus is sitting I sit a lot on the plots, because we have benches out there. We have a big grass area that they use now to play football and play games.
Yeah.
And in front of our dorms, we have a area where people hang out. It's shaded. Yeah. Allen is just like, we hang out a lot.
Yeah,
So,
it's just like a little small community get together. That's why I compared it to a neighborhood. Because with the neighborhood or like a little like suburban area, you'll see a lot of people like walking their dogs or like just walking, just having a good time, cookouts, all types of things. So they do have like cookouts in those areas that India is speaking about. We have like all types of things between the two dorms. So most of the time when they want to get information out or when they want to give things out or play games or do something like that, or bake sales, fundraisers, most of the time they do it either in the CAF area or between the two dorms or in that grassy area, which is in front of our library. So, you get a lot of traffic in front of the library. So, yeah, they mostly set up a lot of tents and stuff like that. Blood drives, food drives. If you want to have a food truck, it'll usually be out there. So that's pretty much the place to be if you want to like stay on top of what's going on campus, or if you don't want to miss anybody like coming to campus to visit or anything like that.
right.
Are there any sort of big annual student-held events that you guys always look forward to?
Pretty much like homecoming, or
Yeah.
when it's time to do elections for like student positions, and then of course like presentation season, like that's just like our biggest events. And like sports events, like our basketball, we have a football team, so like we really was looking forward to homecoming this year, because last year was our first year as a homecoming having football. So now this year it's like we can't do anything. So, and this was gonna be my last homecoming, so I'm like, oh man, can't do anything.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah. I kind of zoned out for a minute.
Let's say, how has it been being an AKA on an HBCU campus? How is that lifestyle?
I mean, it's been great because like we've been saying the whole time, like Allen is a small campus, so most of the faculty and staff, they're Greek as well. So like I think I had like 3 teachers that were AKAs, and everybody is a part of it. Like every department you could find a Greek. So that's just the ups about it.
Yeah, and they don't really like, since they know what it's like to be a part of Greek life, it's kind of like they don't really like idolize us like some people do sometimes. They just kind of make like an example out of us sometimes in class, like hard work and stuff pays off, giving back to the community, doing like being a good person, being a positive and nice person, like just giving all types of recommendations and just examples and using us as examples and stuff like that, just because they know that students are watching us, because they like think about being in our organizations, or they're contemplating being in whichever one they choose to be in. So it's kind of nice, like India said, with most faculty being a part of Greek life. So yeah, it's nice. And then it's just like a different culture about HBCU. So it's just nice being a part of that and just feeling at home and fitting right in, because I feel like my high school is kind of like a lot like Allen. So I feel like it's like that for a lot of students. So I feel like they kind of like feel at home. So I feel like that's why it's just like just a chill place, just like a small chill place, like nothing too much, nothing too little.
Yeah, and when we have events, then other students, they can see like faculty get up and they stroll or do whatever, like they join in. So students actually like that, like, oh my God, my teacher, she's a Delta. Oh my God, like they they get excited. So that's
and like with our like karaoke nights and stuff like that we have in Chappelle Auditorium, a lot of students enjoy going there. We show movies in there, have all types of, that's where mostly everything goes down, because that's where like the biggest stage is on campus. So yeah, a lot of students like to go in there, and then a lot of times we'll like stroll after the events and stuff like that. So it'll just be like a little celebration in there.
So I bet during homecoming, your Greek life is just outstanding and fun.
Yeah, everyone comes to visit. Everyone.
Yeah.
So, what's some advice you would give to high school students who plan on going to an HBCU?
I would tell them like I feel like it's necessary sometimes because like some people they may not have went to a high school that was predominantly Black, so like they may want to be around people that look like them, think like them, or like just like I don't know. I wouldn't say I learn from. I mean, I do. I learn for being around different people. So maybe like you will learn. You may not have street smarts, but when you come to HBCU, that's where you may learn your street smart from. Like you learn a lot being around people that look like you. I guess that I can say that. So I feel like it's necessary.
Yeah, I would encourage high school students to consider going to an HBCU. It's just like I said, a different culture about HBCUs, but I feel like whatever you're comfortable with, and I feel like whatever your background is, like India says, if you wanted to just do something different, have a different just opinion or a different outlook on the world just for that time being, then you could go to a HBCU. Or if you're used to just being around predominantly at a predominantly Black high school and maybe you want to go to a PWI, then that's fine too. But I just feel like it's all about what kind of culture you want to be around for those 4 years. And it's just different, you know. Of course, everywhere is going to be diverse. You're still going to have different people of all over the world. People from Hawaii, people from California, people you never expect to end up in small little Columbia, South Carolina, end up in Columbia, South Carolina. So yeah, it's just different. So I just feel like go out there and travel, do something different, go somewhere different, because I'm pretty sure those students from the other side of the world never imagined they'd be in South Carolina. And some of them you can tell just enjoy being at Allen because they come back every year, even from the other side of the world. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's never too late to, like, yeah, I went to a 4-year for my bachelor's, and I went to a HBCU for my bachelor's, but maybe for my master's, I want to go to a PWI, you know, just to experience something different, because my 4 years at a HBCU, like, okay, I want to do 2 years at a PWI just to get a different experience.
Yeah.
So how would you both say personally that attending an HBCU has affected your view on the outside world, or even prepared you for the outside world when you graduate?
I don't know. It just made me more for the people. I would say, like, I'm really like all Black Lives Matter. Like, I'm Black Lives Matters out right now. So it's like, I don't know. It prepared me. Like, I want to see my people win, and I guess that's what I learned the most for being at an HBCU. Like, we gotta win. Like, that's just the goal for right now. We all have to make it. So, yeah, that's what I've learned so far.
Yeah, and I definitely feel like with being at HBCU and just looking at the statistics of everything and the comparisons of the HBCU versus PWI, like India said, like we want to see our people do good. We want to see more Black pharmacists, more Black lawyers. Like we want those statistics to go up. We want those percentages to go up. We want them to be equal, because there's no reason that we can't do anything that anyone else is doing, because it's just one and the same. Education is here for everyone to grasp. So it just takes just a little push. So wherever you're comfortable with, whatever you're comfortable doing in college, I just feel like whatever you have to do to get where you need to be, and just that HBCU or PWI experience, whatever you need to feel comfortable, that's what you should do to be successful, to get that career and to have that freedom that you want to have later on in life. So yeah, I feel like HBCUs definitely are relevant and definitely should stay around, because I know that's a question that a lot of people ask, are HBCUs relevant? But I don't really understand, like, what do you mean are they relevant? Like, the question isn't, are PWIs still relevant? So why are HBCUs' existence being questioned? I don't really understand. So yeah.
Most definitely needed.
Most definitely. Do you feel that, let's say down the road in the future, that you would motivate people, even your own kids, to go to a HBCU?
I mean, of course, that's what I would want them to be. But like, I feel like from back then when I was growing up, I really didn't know the difference between HBCU and PWI. All I knew was college. Like, that's all my mom told me was go to college. She never really sat down and said, well, I think you should go to HBCU, or I think you should go to PWI. She didn't really just say that. So like, I mean, like, I just feel like do your own research. That's what my teacher always tell me. Do your own research. Like, that's all you can do.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah, definitely. Same as India, my mom never really sat down and told me like which schools she was interested in or wanted me to go to. My mom did go to Benedict, which is right across the street from Allen, for a little while. So, but she never pushed any decision on me. But I just feel like I'm just gonna guide them and give them the resources that I was given, and just bless them with knowledge that people have blessed me with. And I just feel like with HBCUs, you know, being a person of color and going to an HBCU, there are a lot more scholarship opportunities out there for you, just for being, you know, who you are and going to the school for predominantly, you know, Blacks. So it's just kind of like, I just feel like it's a lot more opportunities out there with a lot of the professors being African American as well. It's like they follow up with you. They just really want to know. They really want to, with our social science professors, they really want to see more of us out there being like professionals, being professional human service people, being professionals out here helping people. So it's just kind of like, you just have to make that decision. Just like I said, just whatever culture you're used to, it. If you want to do something different or one and the same, it's just all in that. But yeah, I would just give them the knowledge that I know. And the college that I previously went to was a PWI, so I'll just give them my comparisons and my experiences myself, and then let them make their decision.
Right.
Okay. Tati, do you have any more questions?
Honestly, I think y'all wrapped it up and answered everything that we had.
Yeah, that was really great. Thank you guys so much for joining us today for our first Pink Table Talk of the semester. I hope you guys enjoyed it, because I really enjoyed getting to talk to you guys and hear about your experiences. So
hopefully we can do another, and we can ask you some questions about and a PWI.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, so thank you to everyone for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed our first Pink Table Talk of the semester, and hopefully we'll see you very soon for another one. Bye.
Bye.